Most people think when their Python program goes wrong, there's a hacker behind the problem, dressed up in black, drinking coffee, and using their hands to spread their malicious malware, when in fact that is just not the case. Though sometimes it can be, it usually isn't. So what are the primary causes for all these errors and weird functionalities in our Python programs? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. The primary reason why Python programs don't run correctly, or just not at all, isn't because of the hackers or the CIA or even your mom trying to figure out what you were doing late up at night on your computer. The real reason is because of simple coding mistakes. Mistakes or bugs are the primary cause of program failures or strange functionalities. There are numerous amount of mistakes you can make when programming in Python, but we'll go over the 4 common mistakes that most beginners will make, starting off with mistake number 1, indentation. Indentation is a huge and primary part of programming in Python because of the lack of curly braces. Every block of code in a loop, function, if statement, etc. have to get indented. But as the code gets longer and more complex, indenting can be a bit hard and more tedious, causing the room for more errors. There are several ways to fix this though. Beginner mistake number 2, data conversion. Since Python automatically converts the data type of a variable, then many beginners assume that Python will always do that and care for their personal needs, which is completely false. Python indeed does perform automatic conversion, but that doesn't mean it always will, especially in operations. For example, our program accepts a number from the terminal, and the programmer assumed that the number was of type int, but in reality, it's actually a string, causing a massive error. Beginner mistake 3, spelling mistakes. Yeah, you heard that right, spelling mistakes. It's a very common mistake when programming and can actually break the entire program. Here the programmer has a variable called association with 2 s's, but then later he's trying to call the variable with only 1 s, which of course will crash the program. The solution for this problem is really simple though. Get better at spelling. Beginner mistake 4, out of range error. This is definitely a common mistake that most beginners make. Whenever looping through a list, they think, I need to loop over the entire list from beginning to end, but in Python that will cause a big, fat, juicy... Anyway, that's going to cause an error because all indexes start from 0. So the last index will always, I repeat, always be 1 index less than the length of the list. Those are the 4 common mistakes for beginners. Which is the worst mistake in your opinion? Comment what you think and what you want me to create another video on, and I'll see you in my next vid.